Hello? Hello? People hear me? Hello? Okay. Hey guys, this is Davis the Train Guy here. And this is the 1 year live stream. We finally made it. Yes. I want to say thank you for 1 year. We're going to do a bunch of stuff here. We're going to read comments and yeah. So, I'm going to read comments behind the camera. Oh, I'm going to flip the camera. Yeah, there we go. All right. Our first comment is from March 4th, 2022. Bruh. And that was my little brother. This guy's from Spain. No estan. No, I didn't understand a. I don't want it. I'd rather not. Thank you for the like. Whoever liked. Beavis. It's from Luda Blackmore. Beavis and Butthead is classic cartoon stuff. No, it's not. This is from Eric Jennings. Old number 7, 996, 1221, 0, 1221, 1221. It's just a bunch of numbers. From my Isle Toy Trains 10 VHS rip. Okay. That's from my part 2 video. And he replied to myself. What? Okay, I can't read this crap. But he just replied to himself. He just liked his own stuff. Why is no one watching me? Come on. Number 226E and number 263E. Really? It's a 1 year live stream. No one's watching. This is great. Number 5452. Why are these people just so stupid? So stupid. 1 by 1 Toy Train Hall of Fame from the 2 rip. And the final comment is, have you ever heard Jim Henson Animal Jam? No. And it's from Unicorn Fairy. I guess we could say that. Alright, now we're done with comments. Just gonna check what I promised people. Okay, why did I start my YouTube channel? That's a reason. Why did I start? Well, I bugged my mother for 6 years to get a YouTube channel. Finally got it. And look at me. I'm just a YouTuber who film. Oh yeah. Now we're going to talk about updates. So, I think. Our first. What the? So for the rest of the year, there's going to be 2 videos from June, September, and August. Tuesday and Saturday. It's Christmas in July. And with Christmas, Tuesday and Friday. I meant Tuesday and Saturday. Then we got, what the hell? I just might forgot. Anyway. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a new Wheel of Fortune series coming out in September to June. So it's gonna be now called Davis the Train Guy and Gaming Guy. Davis the Train and Gaming Guy. So it's gonna be changed about September. All right. We got that. I really want to shout out to Hudson the Train Guy 12 and Will. Will is absolutely my favorite. I love him so much. He's a good creator. He got demonetized, which I'm unfortunately sad. All right, now we got. All right, since we're done with that horse crap, now we're just gonna do the rip. Alright, give me like 5 minutes. I'll be back. Here's your phone. Alright. So just turn on the TV. We're going to do a rip. DVD rip is all about trains for kids. Hope someone watches at least this. And 93% of you are not subscribed. Just subscribe. Come on, it's free. No. Fine, whatever. Enjoy it.
Hi, kids. Welcome to our new show, All About Trains. I'm Jeff. If you love trains, stay right here, because we've got a great show for you. We'll show you how to build a train layout. You'll see trains in a steel mill. You'll learn how steel is made and how old-time railroaders talked. We'll take a ride on the Milwaukee Road's gorgeous Hiawatha, plus new songs by James Coffey, and lots more. We've got a lot to do, so let's get started. All aboard?
Through my daddy's eyes and a child's dream, I travel along by a gentle stream, through the hills and the valleys low, to a time and place so long ago. Headed down that railway line on a steamer train from another time. I feel the wind across my face like a memory I can't erase. By the mountains and the rolling plains, it's all about trains. Come aboard, let's take a ride to cityscapes and the countryside. Travel far under starry nights and the gentle glow of the signal lights. Sing a song. The whistles.
Sorry about that.
Glow of the signal lights, sing a song and tell a tale of the glory days on the mighty rail. The engine shouts and the whistle screams as we glide along on clouds of steam, by the farms and fields of golden grains. It's all about trains.
lonesome whistle echoes across the prairie. The train clanks down the tracks. What we have here is a steam locomotive. You don't see many today, but they used to be the kings of the rails. After World War II, the railroads replaced steam engines with more efficient diesel and electric locomotives. Thanks to Ted Rita of the Heston Steam Museum in LaPorte County, Indiana, and volunteers like Ted all over the country, some old steamers have been lovingly restored and are still pounding the rails today. And whenever they run, the crowds gather.
I think it's because they are big and powerful. Smoke shoots out from the side and pours out the smokestack. They make a lot of noise. People love the ringing bell and, oh my, that whistle. Then there's the engineers smiling and waving. The whole package is just irresistible. And steam locomotives played a vital role in our country's history. So it's important to show our kids what steam locomotives look like and what they sounded like. My kids love them. So do I.
The cab of a steam engine is a hot, busy place. There are lots of gauges, levers, and control knobs. The wheels creak. You hear a sigh, a hiss, and the steady swoosh of steam escaping. Look down to the right and you see clouds of steam rushing out under pressure. Blow the whistle and more steam shoots into the air. And always, the people stand and watch, smiling and waving. The engineer runs the train. A steady, wise hand is needed to know just the right spot for the controls. And he has to know when to open the valve so more steam gets to the pistons. The fireman shovels wood or coal into the firebox to make sure the fire stays hot and the steam pressure stays up. The pungent smell of hot grease, smoke, and steam mix and fills the cab. The fireman leans out the window and pulls the long leather cord and the bell rings. At the same time, the engineer blows the steam whistle. The old steamer settles into a chuffing, clanking rhythm. There's always something to do. Check gauges. You have to always check on steam pressure. Keep the fire hot. Watch out ahead. And of course, ring the bell. Blow the whistle. And wave. The sounds, the smells, the bumpy ride over the uneven rails. What a thrill. You can't help but smile, wipe some grease off your face, and enjoy the ride.
to you, you could hear her brass bell ring. What was coming, everybody knew, and the smoke would rise and the whistle blew. Back in the good old days when steam was king. How he longed for the days when he could feel the rumble of the engine made of iron and steel. Back and forth, he could feel those boxcars swing. Then he closed his eyes and began to smile, and his thoughts drifted back just for a while. Back to the good old days when steam was king. Back to the good old days when steam was king. Back to the good old days when steam was king. Nameless and homeless, the small dog shivered in the gloom. He was cold and soaking wet. The river was up, and in the darkness he had fallen into the shallows. It was a bad night in Albany, New York. But here was a lucky find, a space out of the weather. The dog wondered about the piles of gray bags. What could they be? Well, whatever they were, they smelled good, and the room was warm. Hey, Owen, what do we got here? Asked James. It's a cute little puppy, Owen replied. Boy, it was cold last night. I guess it was lucky the back door wasn't shut. Owen looked around to see if any of the supervisors were near. It was against the rules to have animals in the post office. The supervisor heard about the dog the men were keeping. He came to investigate, asking why the dog was in the post office. James replied, "It's Owen's dog, sir. He's a cute one." The supervisor noted the pup's plaintive look, and in response the dog wagged his tail. "Won't do any harm to keep him, sir," said Owen. "He seems to love the mailbags and just needs a place to stay. And some friends," said James. So time went on, and it got colder and then warmer, but the dog still had a home in the post office. He had a name now, too, Oni, for Owen's dog. He was allowed to go everywhere the postal workers went, and one day, while watching them load a rail car with mailbags, he jumped in. Wind whipped his ears. New smells filled his nose. They were going so fast. Gosh, thought Oni, this is much better than riding the mail wagons all the time. 142 miles to New York City, 142 miles back to Albany. That was a long way in 1889. What a lucky dog.
Hey, I've got an idea. Let's go over to Don's house and play trains. This is my pal, Don Zarobsky. He lives in New Buffalo, Michigan. Don, when did all this get started?
Well, it started about 65 years ago. In '92, it came back out for reconstruction. It's been added on 3 or 4 times. This is what it is today.
What was your first train?
First train set came from Santa Claus, the Blue Comet. At one time in my mother's life, she worked for the Burlington Railroad, and her boss, who was the purchasing agent for the Burlington Railroad, came one Sunday and me and my dad put it together for me, so that was kind of fun. And that's where it all started, and went on from there.
Everywhere I look, there's something going on. Did this layout start out this big?
Well, this layout started out as a 4x8 shade of plywood, and it's been expanded 3 times. It is now 6 foot by 15 foot. Well, there's 2 outside loops. There's 7 switches that are all keyed together. If I can remember which switch to throw, they'll all run. Yeah, there's 125 foot of Super O track. 1 ZW powers it all.
Don grew up in a suburb west of Chicago.
Riverside, actually, is where I was born and raised. Mother did all the shopping on Cermak Road and Berwyn and Cicero. And that represents some of the buildings that are there along with the streetcar. That was the same streetcar I rode when I went to school, and on Saturdays you got to take the streetcar to go down to the Berwyn Theater to watch John Wayne.
What trains are you running today?
The engines run today is the Allegheny. Amtrak Genesis is running.
What accessories do you operate?
Well, we have the coal loader, cattle corral. We have the barrel loader. We have the American flag, of course. Oh, the gate man, yeah, you have to have a gate man.
Does your wife Marilyn share your enthusiasm for trains?
Not likely.
Is she happy when you bring home a new train?
Oh, she just loves it, but I wait till she goes to the beauty shop so I can sneak it in.
I see you have a sales slip from Chick's Hobby Shop back in 1962. What set did you buy?
The Lino set was the Santa Fe, the F3 Santa Fe, 4-bonnet. 4 passenger cars, the Transformer, the big ZW, and a few other cars. 87 bucks with the ZW.
Don has trains both at home and at work.
Well, I think when you're a youngster, you're just fascinated by the motion and the size, and just watching them go by is fascinating. And then if you become involved as a youngster, it seems to continue on through your life.
Don manages the I Love Toy Train store in New Buffalo, Michigan, and they have a nice layout too. 5 trains run on 3 levels, and you push buttons to make the accessories work.
The kids seem to get into the Thomas very deeply for the push toys, and then they just continue to be interested in it. And when they get to be about 5 years old, they're kind of done with Thomas and want to go to the electrics. So hopefully it'll continue. Whether it's going to be toys forever, I don't know.
Don, what's your favorite train?
Well, the Santa Fe War Bonnet, of course, was the top of the line. And it didn't really make much difference what name it was. It was just, there's always room for one more train.
Old-time railroaders had a special way to talk. It was fun and colorful and sometimes sounded very strange. If you were walking around a railroad yard back in the days when the steam locomotive was king, you would have had to learn a whole new language to talk the railroaders' way. The engineer is the pilot of the train. He was also called the hogger, eagle eye, hogmaster, hog jockey, pig mauler, speed gauger, grunt, throttle king, plug puller, and swellhead. A reckless fast-driving engineer was called a glory hunter, high ball artist, or ballast burner. If you're on the main line, then you're riding the high iron. When the engine sways side to side, it's doing the ball and jack. A ball of fire, or a red ball, is a speedy steam locomotive. Gods of the Iron were huge, powerful locomotives like this Union Pacific Challenger. When the engineer runs wide open, it's called rack the stack. When he blows the whistle, he's pulling the pig's tail. The fireman rides up in the cab with the engineer, and his main job is to keep the boiler fire going by making sure enough coal or wood gets into the firebox. The fireman is also called bakehead, ash cat, stoker, sodager, dust raiser, fire eater, and fire boy. Coal was called diamond, so the fireman was also a diamond duster, diamond pusher, or diamond cracker. When a fireman missed the firebox door and spilled coal all over the cab floor, it's called being sloppy with diamonds. The shovel a fireman uses is called a banjo or scoop, and a steamer with 2 firebox doors is called goo-goo eyes. They call the boiler, with the raging fire inside, the Devil's Dance Hall. The conductor was called Ramrod, the Brains, Skipper, Big O, Big Ox, or Dinger, because he pulled the cord that rang a bell. A brakeman is a roughneck. Redcap is a porter in a passenger station. When you hear the biscuits hang high, that means a good meal is hard to find. A zookeeper is the man who operates the crossing gates at a passenger station. Throw out the anchor means to quit work for the day. Gondolas were gons or cradles. Refrigerator cars, freezers or reefers. A tank car is an oil can. Passenger cars were cushions, glass cars, plush run, or grass cars, because passengers loved scenery. A mainliner was a mainline fast passenger train, and the sleeper car was called the snoozer. A goat, peanut roaster, coffee pot, or bobtail is a little yard switcher. A lightning slinger is a telegraph operator. Double the fill means we have to split the train in half in order to make it up a steep grade. Pin ahead and pick up 2 behind 1 means to cut off the engine, pick up 3 cars from a siding, put 2 on the train, and set the first one back on the siding. Put on the nose bag and use your lunch hooks means to eat a meal. If you've gone fishing, you've been fired. Railroad workers are called gandy dancers. That's because many of the tools they use, including the shovels, were made by the Gandy Manufacturing Company of Chicago. For fun, they would wedge a shovel in between the rail and the ballast. The handle would stick out at about 45 degrees. Then the workers would see how long each could dance on the end of the handle. That's where the term gandy dancer comes from. When an axle bearing overheats and catches on fire, it's called a hot box. It's also known as a blazer, hot jewel, and stinker. Cooling the journal is called freezing the hub. All darky, no sparky means the train is free of any hot boxes. The railroad is called the Glory Road, and a railroader's paradise is called the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Then there's the mythical railroad at the end of the rainbow called the Indian Valley Line. That's where the pay is good, the weather is sunny and warm, you don't have to work hard, there's a hot meal every night, and you have a soft, clean bed to sleep in. Every railroad worker dreams of working on the Indian Valley Line before heading for the Big Rock Candy Mountain. We'll hear more old-time railroad talk in part 2.
To all rounders, big and small, listen to what I say. If you ever wonder just how to talk the railroader way, pull up a chair and sit a spell, 'cause it's your lucky day. Listen close and you will learn to talk the railroad way. A strawberry patch is a red caboose that's seen from the rear. A glory hunter is a reckless type of fast-driving engineer. Miles of rail straight and flat they call the old racetrack. If you want that throttle open wide, it's time to rack the stack. To all rounders, big and small, listen to what I say. If you ever wonder just how to talk the railroader way, pull up a chair and sit a spell, 'cause it's your lucky day. Listen close and you will learn to talk the railroad way. If you want to hear that whistle blow, say pull on pig's tail. When you're riding on high iron, you're steaming on the mainline rail. The conductor's called the skipper, or sometimes he's called the brain. And black diamonds are the chunks of coal that fuel a steamer train. To all you rounders, big and small, listen to what I say. Did you ever wonder just how to talk the railroader way? Pull up a chair and sit a spell, 'cause it's your lucky day. Listen close and you will learn to talk the railroad way. Paul and Jack is a side-to-side car swaying to and fro. And if you've gone fishing, then the boss has let you go. If your engine needs some oil, say it's time to grease the pig. An iron horse is a steamer train, powerful and big. To all you rounders, big and small, listen to what I say. If you ever wonder just how to talk the railroader way, pull up a chair and sit a spell, 'cause it's your lucky day. Listen close and you will learn to talk the railroad way. Listen close and you will learn to talk the railroad way.
Say, how old are you, Oni? Asked Carl, the mail car supervisor. Because this is a true story, some of the questions are hard to answer. No one really knows. Patting the dog, Horace said, he don't know. He's just an orphan dog, crept into the post office one day, and now he gets to ride all the mail trains, eh, Oni? Lucky dog, said Carl. Oni had adventures at home, too. One day, everyone thought he was missing. The mail clerks unloading the mail expected Oni to be on the wagon because he was always so responsible and dependable. He was always where he was supposed to be. To make things worse, there was a missing mail bag. A double mystery. Blocks away from the post office, Oni and the lost pouch were found. The pouch had fallen off the wagon and Oni had stayed behind. Someone had to protect the mail. You know, little friend, I was really worried about you, Owen said. You may be a hero now, but you had me scared there. It wasn't long before Oni's mail train adventures took him further and further away from his home station of Albany. And during this time, an interesting thing happened. Everywhere he went, a note was pinned to his collar, asking employees of the railway mail service to attach a special bagging tag of leather or metal to Oni's collar to show where he had been traveling. Very soon, Oni had an impressive collection of tags, and he had many new friends. New friends like Winona Kilbridge of the Los Angeles Kennel Club, who gave him a medal for being the best traveled dog of 1893. And Walter Banning of Grand Rapids, Michigan, who had the dog show there and gave Oni a special medal. Sissy Donahue, daughter of the president of the Pacific Kennel Club, gave Oni an inscribed $50 and a special hug. In Chicago, Mr. William Winter Wagner gave Oni a Globetrotter medal. Little did Mr. W.W. Wagner know that this medal would represent a part of Oni's future. Finally, Oni met the Postmaster General, John Wanamaker, who made a long speech about how Oni was now the official mascot of the Rail Mail Service. He presented Oni with a special jacket to carry his many awards and baggage tags.
What does the Golden Gate Bridge, a skyscraper, a diesel streamliner, and surgical instruments used by doctors in the operating room have in common? Give up? They're all made of steel. We've all heard of iron and we've all heard of steel, but what's the difference? Steel is iron with most of the impurities removed. Removing the impurities makes steel much stronger than iron. To make steel, you start with pig iron, then mix in scrap metal, iron ore, and limestone. All this is poured into a giant furnace and melted into a glowing, hot, molten liquid. The iron ore and limestone forms a slag that floats on the surface. Impurities like phosphorus and sulfur float out of the iron into the slag. Then the slag is poured out. Only the molten steel remains. The molten steel is then mixed with various alloys to create different types of steel. For example, adding chromium creates stainless steel. Stainless steel is shiny and resistant to rust. For a good example of just how resistant to rust stainless steel is, check out the top of the Chrysler Building in New York City. It was completed in 1930, and it's still shiny. The molten steel mixture is poured into casting machines, which convert the molten steel into steel slabs. The long slabs are cut into various lengths. Some slabs are 30 feet long and can weigh 20 tons. Big machines pick up the slabs and carry them to other places in the steel mill, where they are cut into thin sheets and rolled into coils. China is the largest producer of steel in the world, and steel is the most recycled material in the world. Steel is the backbone of bridges, the skeleton of skyscrapers, and the framework for automobiles, tractors, and big 18-wheelers. Trains play a big part in the steel-making process. Gondolas carry scrap metal into the steel mill, where huge magnetic cranes unload the scrap metal. Special insulated hot metal cars, called bottle or torpedo cars, because they sort of look like a torpedo or bottle, are used to transport the various molten liquids around the steel mill. Hot metal cars are identified by how much weight they can hold. The larger torpedo type can carry 125 tons of molten steel. This smaller hot metal car carries 75 tons. The cars are designed to withstand the incredible heat generated by the molten steel. If you're standing near the track, even if it's the coldest day in the winter, you can feel the heat as the train passes. And at night, you can see the glow. It's quite a sight. Trains are also used to transport steel. You've probably seen railroad flat cars like these carrying rolled steel coils, I-beams, or long steel pipes. Steel is 100% recyclable and can be recycled forever without losing its strength or durability. That's a good thing, because the more things we can recycle, the better it is for good old Mother Earth. A caboose used to be at the end of every freight train. The caboose was the train's office. It housed the brakeman, conductor, and other crew members. The crew would eat and sleep and just hang out in the caboose. The caboose had many names: Clown Wagon, Fool's Festival, Crow's Nest, Temple of Knowledge, and Brain Wagon. This top section with windows was called the cupola, or library. This is where the brakeman sat to keep all of his records. They called the toolbox under the caboose the possum's belly. The end of the caboose is called the strawberry patch. Don't ask me why, I'm just telling you how these old railroaders talked. There were many different types of cabooses. Here are a few of them: bay window, extended vision, porthole, and wood-sided. The caboose was a charming and funky part of railroad history, and a freight train just doesn't seem the same without an old rickety caboose at the end with smoke coming out of the stack.
Where have all the cabooses gone? I haven't seen one for so long. At the end of a passing train, since they've gone, it's just not the same. Where have all the cabooses gone? Gone, gone, gone. Where have all the cabooses gone? The steamer trains and the railroad songs, the soda shops and the five and dime, faded shadows of a distant time. Where have all the cabooses gone? Gone, gone, gone. We all lived in smaller towns, knew every corner, street and sound, and everybody knew each other's name. Those days are gone and it seems a shame. Where have all the cabooses gone? I haven't seen one for so long. At the end of a passing train, since they've gone, it's just not the same. Where have all the cabooses gone? Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone.
Oni and his friends at the Albany post office learned that foreign travel could have its dangers. On a trip to Canada, Oni followed the mail bags into the post office in Montreal and was seized for not having a Canadian dog license. When his friends in Albany learned of Oni's capture, they raised the $2.50 it would take to get Oni released and sent back to the United States. Close call, Oni. But Oni was famous now. He had traveled all over the United States, and many people were thinking he might be the first postal service dog to go around the world. His friend Owen was worried. What if something happened to Oni in a faraway place and Owen couldn't get there to help him? Still, one sunny morning in August, the 19th of August in 1895, Oni boarded a ship in Seattle and began the adventure of his life. He had a tiny suitcase with a soft sleeping blanket, comb, and brush. He was wearing his bagging tag collection, and he was issued a Japanese imperial passport. He traveled on this trip over 143,000 miles by steamship and train, made scores of new friends, gained 6 pounds, and was greeted at home in New York Harbor by hundreds of admirers on December the 29th, 1895. A dog with Oni's fame and accomplishments could become, well, big-headed from all the attention. But Oni's idea of a good time was simply hopping the next mail train. Looking out the door of the mail car, his nose filled with scents, whiskers blowing in the breeze, he watched the countryside fly by. The train thundered along past small towns with a shack and a single hook to catch the mailbag, and then onto the bustle of the big stations like Albany and New York City. Not a bad life for a lucky and adventurous dog. During his life, Oni was a living good luck charm. When Oni was riding the rails between 1888 and 1897, accidents were common on mail trains. In 1893, there were more than 400 train derailments, explosions, collisions, and loss of lives. Lives of mail train employees. During all the time Oni rode the rails, no train he was on had an accident, nor was there a loss of a single rail mail employee. Oni was, in more ways than one, a lucky dog.
Building a train layout is fun because you get to create your own little world exactly the way you want it. And you learn about working with wood, electricity, and creating scenery. It's fun for the entire family too. There's something to do for everyone. Okay, so let's build a layout. The first step is to build the table. We use 2x4s for legs and braces. The tabletop is 3/4 inch plywood framed with 2x4s. Now attach the legs and braces to the plywood and we have one table. Next we cover the plywood with Homosote. Homosote is also called soundboard. It absorbs some of the noise the trains make. Now we paint the Homosote a nice grassy shade of green and add ground cover to give the surface more texture. While the paint is still wet, sprinkle on artificial grass. Next, we have to come up with a track plan. We're going to use Lionel Fast Track because it came with the set we bought. Of course, we had to buy a lot more track to build this layout. I like 2 outer loops going around the entire layout. It's neat to watch 2 trains pass each other going in opposite directions. We connect the loops with switches, then add a figure 8 inside on the lower level, and add an upper level with the lift bridge. Wiring is very important. You get power to the track by hooking 2 wires from the track to the transformer. Switches and accessories also have to be wired. Everything is operated by the control panel at the end of the layout. All these buttons, lights, and levers make me feel like a real engineer. I love to see trains disappear into a tunnel, then pop out somewhere else. To make a mountain, you first build the framework. Then you shape the mountain by bending chicken wire and stapling it to the framework. Next, we cover the chicken wire with wet plaster cloth. After the plaster dries, paint the mountain green, just like you painted the top of the table. Then add artificial grass for texture. Now we add rocks and trees of different colors to give the mountain a colorful, realistic look. We use track supports to support the track on the second level coming out of the mountain. It's way cool to see trains passing over and under each other. Now let's add a bridge, stream, and waterfall. Every layout should have a little business district and a railroad yard where rolling stock is stored. We put 2 magnetic cranes in the yard area. This one with the scoop is for coal. The other has a magnet to pick up pipes, rails, scrap iron, and other stuff made of metal. A layout needs lots of buildings and trees. We put the big trees on the bottom and smaller trees as we go up the mountain. This gives the illusion of great distance from the bottom of the mountain to the top. It's an old theatrical device called compressed perspective. Now add a few people, cars, and trucks. More trees, some shrubbery, put lights inside some of the buildings, and add street lights. Let me say this about lights. The more lights, the better. I love to turn the room lights off and watch the layout in the dark. All the little lights make the layout look like a magical fantasy land. Street lights, light towers, spotlights, the lights from passenger cars, and headlights on the trains. Well, the layout looks pretty good to me. Now it's time to play trains. The gorgeous orange, maroon, and gray Hiawatha is a bright star in any railfan's galaxy. Built by Alco, these Atlantic 264 shrouded locomotives were designed for speed, and the design worked. In the mid-1930s, they headed the legendary streamlined Hiawatha passenger train and reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour. The Milwaukee Roads Hiawatha traveled from Chicago to Milwaukee, then along the Mississippi River to the Twin Cities. The first Hiawatha trains ran in 1935. By 1945, there were 3 routes carrying the Hiawatha name. The Hiawathas, with their stylish and luxurious passenger cars, were known as the fastest trains in America. This is the classic beaver tail observation car, designed to give the passengers a panoramic view of the stunning scenery along the Mississippi River. After World War II, the proud Hiawathas suffered the same fate as all steamers. They were first reduced to local freight service, then scrapped. Only pictures, paintings, toys, and memories of the classic Hiawatha steamers exist today.
May I have your attention? The Hiawatha is now arriving.
time to go. I have to do my homework. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time in All About Trains Part 2.
Through my daddy's eyes and a child's dream, I travel along by a gentle stream, through the hills and the valleys low, to a time and place so long ago. Headed down that railway line on a steamer train from another planet. Feel the wind just across my face like a memory I can't erase. By the mountains and the rolling plains, it's all about trains. Come aboard, let's take a ride to cityscapes and the countryside. Travel far under starry nights in the gentle glow of the signal lights. Sing a song and tell a tale of the glory days on the mighty rail. The engine shouts and whistle screams and we ride along on clouds of steam. By the frontier fields of golden rains, it's all about trains. 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 The others far behind. Only 2 cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chum, now here it comes. When you hear that sound come through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only 2 cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chum, now here it comes. When you hear that sound come through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only 2 cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chum, now here it comes. When you hear that sound come through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. I'd rather spend the morning with my crew.
From the creators of the popular All About John Deere video series comes an all-new series, John Deere Action. More wall-to-wall John Deere. Part 1 covers the cotton picker, spring planting and cultivating, the 80-20 reunion, skid steers, motor graders, and much more. Plus new songs by James Coffey. John Deere Action Part 1. If you love John Deere, you'll love this show.
John Deere Action. Where people plow the fields until the ground. You won't find a more.
We first visited John Deere Heaven in All About John Deere Part 4. People enjoyed the trip so much, we decided to return and stay for an entire show. See John Deere toys come alive in this fanciful, fast-paced mix of toy trains, tractors, and big machines. TF's video magic will thrill and delight young and old alike. See Owen standard gauge John Deere trains zip around elaborately detailed train displays, along with John Deere toy tractors, cars, and trucks. Plus 10 original songs by our favorite singer-songwriter, James Coffey. Otto is in town, and his little switch engine is blocking the main line. And here comes the circus train. Oh no! If you love John Deere toys, music, and fun, buy this DVD. You'll love it. Guaranteed.
John Deere heaven.
I love Toy Train, one of the most popular children's series in the country. See Toy Train, Real Trains, Funny Toy Train bloopers, and the music of award-winning singer-songwriter James Coffey. 12 shows on 4 90-minute DVDs, plus the final show, a 45-minute special, and oh no, wall-to-wall laughs and fun. 14 shows, all on 6 DVDs. Awards include the prestigious Parents' Choice. For more information, call 800-892-2822 or visit us on the web at tmbv.com.
It's a wonderful kind of feeling. That's the reason I love Toy Train.
I wanna fly way up high. I wanna learn and grow.
New from TM, all about airplanes and flying machines. The first and the only video for kids licensed by Boeing. 45 minutes of air adventures the entire family will enjoy. Join our narrator, Garrett, as he takes his first flying lesson. Enjoy the beauty of soaring over the Pacific Ocean with Buddy, the hang gliding dog. Thrill to the world's fastest motorsport, the Reno Air Races. This film also features heart-pounding formation flying with the legendary Blue Angels, plus blimps, paragliders, hot air balloons, helicopters, Boeing commercial jets, and a lot more. All about airplanes and flying machines. The best aviation film ever. Don't miss it.
Saddle up your horses, roundup time is near.
Don't miss All About Cowboys Part 1. 45 minutes of exciting cowboy action. See amazing trick riders, heart-pounding rodeo action, a world-class trick roper, original music by Bethany Zill, plus lots more.
My Philistine to yon blue mountain free, where blossoms smell the sweetest, come roll along with me. It's every Sunday morning when I am by your side. Let's jump into the wagon and we'll all take a ride. Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon.
about Toy Trains Outlet Store. We have a fine selection of Lionel trains and accessories, both new and refurbished Lionel from the 50s. MTH trains, track and accessories. One of the largest selection of Thomas in Southwest Michigan. Plus die-cast cars, toys, books, and lots of videos. C4 trains operating on our 2-level O-gauge layout. Even trains running on the ceiling. We have toys you don't see much anymore. All the popular I Love Toy Trains and Thomas videos. Our store is located in the charming resort town of New Buffalo, Michigan. Stop by. You'll enjoy the visit. We're open Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Other weekdays, call 1-800-892-2822. We'll meet you at the store.
Through my daddy's eyes and a child's dream, I travel along by a gentle stream, through the hills and the valleys low, to a time and place so long ago, headed down that railway line.
All right. And there's one more thing we're gonna do. Let me think. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. Oh, hold on. Just give me a minute. Got it. All right. Let me turn it around. There we go. Just give me like a minute. No, I'm going to show you my entire TM collection because it's the year anniversary. Just why not? Now I got totes. Let's get started. Oh, Jesus. Tote number 1. And a tape that didn't fit. This is 50 tapes. Oh, Jesus. Here. Just. Alright. Alright, let's start with the Toy Trains parts 1, 2, and 3 box set. So side, other side, top, bottom, the back. Alright, let's show the individual tapes. Part 1. I still don't have an original copy. It's just the 97. Here's part 2. Got this sealed, but the bottom part was chopped off. It's the original. Already did that. And part 3. Tape and label. Alright. Let's just put these back in the box. Here is the another 97 copy. No label. Oh God. No label. No end label. There's a label, but it's fake, and I had to rip them off because it was whatever. It was falling apart. Next up is the 97 with normal rails. I can't play it because there's because there's a bump on it. End label. Here, the 98 reprint. 2 more people just joined. Welcome. Here's tape. Pretty much like the 94 copy. One of the 2000 prototype tapes. I did check the tape out. It's 2000 prototype. Another 2000 prototype. The 2002 reprint. I'm gonna do the closing to the tape. This one has no side prints. Some of them, some of them don't have the side prints, but whatever. Here's the 2005 reprint. With this one has the ink label and print date February 17th, 2004. So it's an earlier printing. Here is the 97 reprint. It broke. The tape is broken. It came like this. Someone put glue on the lid. And then, look, seriously, take one. Action. It's like a hammer. And it's been 6 months since I've done a collection video, so you're not going to expect one for like probably another year or two. Because I'm pretty much almost done with the collection. This one works. This is the 2000 prototype VHS. No one's really watching. Probably my grandmother. Or some... What the hell is it? Yeah. 2002 reprint. Oh, someone already... Oh, another person liked. Thank you for that. This one has... This one has side prints on the tape. Some do, some do. Here's the 97 tape. Forgot. The tape has no film. It doesn't work. Got it 2 weeks and it broke. Fantastic. Here's another 97 original. This one is the original because it has 97 label and it works. The 98 reprint. This tape is really damaged for most of the tape, but around like the end of the tape it works. Only the end. There's Alto Trains parts 1, 2, and 3 from 97. It's a 99 reprint. I don't. And the tape is a little damaged at the beginning, but I don't care. Here's the 2002 reprint. Oh, 2002 reprint. Why? I don't know why. It can't put it in a part 9 kit. Ink label, prints on the lid. Here's part 4. This is the original copy. Here's the weird 99 version that broke my VCR. See, 97 label, 99 M label. And show you. There's a bunch of lines on the tape, and it's like really damaged for most of the tape. Here is the 99 copy. What? Where's word? Oh, whatever. This is the real 99, and this one works. Here's the 2000 VHS. The only difference is the M label and the newer TM logo and closing. 2002 reprint, just pretty much the same thing. Oh, this one also. Why is there hair on it? This one also has side prints. The last one in the first row is part 5 from the original 98 copy. I know Will has the first copy. I only have the second, which technically most people say is the original. But, alright. We got done with the first row. Let me just throw some of these back. Alright. I'm standing on my knees. Oh, God, that hurts. What? Give me a minute. Oh, my knees. I need to stretch. My knees are in pain. Here's part 5. I'm going to sit on the bed for the second half of it, for the collection. This is the 99 copy. Here's the 2000 VHS. The only difference is the opening. Other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. The 2003 reprint, as this one has an ink label and prints on the lid. No sticker on it. Pretty much the only difference is there's just a little horn, and then the credits. That's pretty much the only difference. Part 6. This took me forever, but I had this Part 6. I was trying to find it, and pretty much I have almost every single original tape except Part 1. Here's another copy of Part 6. Oh, why did I show the top? I'm an idiot. Another copy of Part 6. Same thing. Oh, God. Oh, God, that hurt. 2000 VHS. Different. Part 7. This is the original copy. I still haven't done and close into it, but I'm going to do one day. The 2000 reprint. It's pretty much the same thing, but the closing is different. And here's the 2002 reprint. The same thing. That's 2000. Here's this. And there's something. Why is there a number on here? No print on the lid. No printing. Nothing. Oh, God. Excuse me. Here's the music video. I'll Toy Trains, the music video from 2000. I never found the number one after that one. End label. 2003 end label. Print on the lid. And on the side. It's a 2003 reprint, but it still has the original master. 4 copies of Part 8. Here's my copy I'm using at the moment. Just that. Here is another copy of Part 8. Yep, here that's pieces in the rails. Tape still works. But I did test it out. Another copy of Part 8. Same thing. Just the same thing. And the 2004 reprint. Ink label, custom end label, prints on the lid. Oh my God. What was that? Oh, whatever. Part 9 from 2001 on VHS. This is my copy. Doesn't really matter. The same. Another copy. Same thing. That's for Christmas. I got that from eBay. I got this for this year's Christmas. It was like a 2002 label, but it's the same thing. Here's Part 10. Oh, why did I show the back of the tape? Part 10. This is the original copy. I finally got. I was finding a new Part 10. Got it. I got it from eBay for like $5, and there we go. Here's the 2004 reprint. Stupid. Ink label. This one has prints on the lid, and I did take the recording tab off of it. Here is Oh No from 2002. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say this is in no particular order. There's prints on the lid, and for some reason, on the side. I think you saw that. Come on. Oh God. Oh Jesus. This is gonna fall. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh God. All right. Part 11. The label is off. There's no side prints on this tape, and it says K28 on this one. Weird. Here's the same thing, but it's just damaged at the beginning. But after the TM Books and Videos logo, it goes in by normal. Here's Part 12 from 2003. Both of these are the sticker tapes. For some reason, they have prints on the lid and on the side. Another copy of Part 12. Did I show the... No, I didn't. And the only tape that's... Oh, God. This hurts. Is Toy Trains Part 10, 11, and 12 from 2004. It's a rare 2005 reprint. November 2nd, 2005. So it's a 2005 reprint. Okay. We're done with these tapes. Oh, for God's sake. This is going to take a while. Just give me like 2 minutes. Push that under the bed. Got one thing. All right. Move this here. Okay. I'm gonna get these tapes off. The first side. All right. Let's unzip this. There's something right here. Pretend you never saw that. Okay. The second row of tapes. First up, we got All Toy Trains The Final Show from 2004. This was like my copy, but this one has prints on the lid. So I replaced my seal copy. Next up, we got another copy of The Final Show, but this one has no print on the lid, so I had Peace and Rail, but it's a misprint probably. Next is All Big Trains Part 1 from 2002. Ink label, prints on the lid. Probably a 2003 reprint. Another copy of All Big Train. Same thing. Next up is I Love Lionel from 2000. Another copy of I Love Lionel from 2000. Same thing. Next up is a pretty rare tape. All Big Trains Part 1. Big Machines, I meant. Part 1 from 2005. Ink label print date is November 14th, 2005. And here's Part 2 from 1999. It's from Michigan because it has that address. The 2004 reprint has a dark sticker label. Here is the address if you want to go there. Doesn't even have prints on the lid. Alright, now here are all 4 of the John Deere tapes. Here's Part 1. The sticker tape. Here's Part 2. Oh, God. That scared me. It comes with this pamphlet. And they were a lot of Thomas Wooden Railway back in the day. Ink label print date is April 14th, 2005. Come on. There we go. Here is All About John Deere for Kids Part 3 from 2006. Even though the bag and tape says 2006, it's a 2005 print date. August 12th, 2005. 2005, I meant. All About John Deere for Kids Part 4. This is the rarest TM tape because it says 2006. The last TM tape ever to come out. Ink label print date is April 28th, 2006. Alright. Just trying to stack this up. Next up is Olive Cat Machines Parts 1 and 2 VHS box set. Why did I buy it? Well, it's the only reason I can get Part 2. So side, other side, top, back. Alright. No, don't block that. Wait, is this tape 1? Yeah. Here's tape 1. Tape 2. Alright. Start a new stack, otherwise it's probably gonna fall. I also have Part 3. Unfortunately, I do not have Part 4 yet, but I'm trying to find it. See your original copy because it's stickered. Next is, I don't have Part 1, but I do have Part 2 of All About Cowboys, but I did watch Part 1, but not Part 2 yet. Ink label, prints on the list. So this is the original copy. Got this for Christmas. Did I hear pizza? No. Next is a Lionel Christmas from 1995. Sticker label, size real label, whatever. Here is another copy. Same thing. But just more dirtier, and now the label looks like it wants to fall off. Here's our Christmas from 1998. See, It says 96, but it's 98, and it just says out Christmas. I said it was a bootleg end label, but no, it's not a bootleg. It's actually the original. Here's a pretty rare tape. Toy Train to Christmas Holiday Music from 1999. Back says 2000, but 99. It's a 1999 VHS. I don't know. Next is Toy Train to Christmas Memories from 2002. Sticker label, end label. The other copies on eBay is just ink labels. And here is the other box set. The Magic of Lionel box set. So side, other side, top, bottom, the back. Alright, since most of these are sealed, I have to open that. I have to take these out pretty quick. Oh, I just hit. The Magic of Lionel one from 2000. No. Not 2003, 1993. It's the original copy. End label. Okay. Whoa. Here is Magic Lionel Part 2. Also the original. And here is Part 3. Also the original. Okay. There goes the whole Magic Lionel. So that means we can start putting the first section away. And then we go to the extra tapes that don't fit in there, and then we're gonna end the stream, okay? Oh, crap. Right. All right. Going on for an hour and a half. What time is it? Well, it's 4:30. Okay. Let's do another Magic Lionel, but this one came with the box set actually. Reprint. But still the original master. I'm not going to watch it. Here's the Magic Lionel Part 4 from 1997. Even though the back says 98, it's 97. And I did the opening and closing to the tape. You can watch those now on my YouTube channel. Next one's cool. Lionel 008 Show from 2001. Sticker label, end label. Here's Great Lionel Layouts Part 1 from 1994. 1996. Alright. And you can't forget Part 1 without Part 2. It's basically the same thing. And here are the Lionel movies. Part 1. I want the original, like, 1990 VHS. But I don't have it. Here's Part 2. I did these opening and closings a long time ago when my channel like first started. And here's Part 3. Alright. Here's essentially Lionel trains. So, side, other side, side, other side, top, back. Alright, now I'm going to show you the two VHS tapes. Part 1. Wait, is this Part 1? Yeah, it is. Here's Part 2. On a DVD, it's one DVD, or you can just buy 2 VHSs for $8. These tapes are really common. And here's a cool one. Lionel Ready to Run Train Set Instruction Catalog from the 2004 reprint. Because that's that picture. And it even says 2004. No end label, but it has prints on the lid. Here's America. Here's Thunder Fills with American Flyer from 1994. For some reason, it says 93, and same with the, and even the copyright information says 93. That's weird. Here's a Great MTH Layouts Part 1 from 1990. I'm at 2000 on VHS. This one has no mold, unlike Part 2. This has mold. Like, my God. I'm upset. Because every time, sometimes you get a tape, it has mold. And there's no side prints on this tape, which bums me out. Anyway, let's continue. Celebrity Toy Train Layouts, Frank Sinatra from 2002. And this one has mold, but I'm not really upset. Because I have a second Frank Sinatra tape. This one doesn't have mold. Oh yeah, both of them do have side prints. Here's Celebrity Toy Train Layouts, Tom Snyder from 2002 also. This is a 2003 reprint because that's Inkwell. This is from all these tapes are from Michigan. From that guy. And here is Manny Patton, aka Part 3. So Frank Sinatra was a singer, Tom Snyder was a late night TV show host, and Manny Patton was a movie star. And this one has a dark sticker label. It has a little mold, so I'm not going to be doing the closing, but I at least do the opening. No print on the lid, and no print date. It's from 2004. What's that? No matter. Here's Richard Coon Train Layouts and Collections. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Where's that train instruction catalog? There it is. I forgot to tell you, this still has the original recording tab. I'm not going to rip it off because I haven't watched the full thing yet. Oh. Okay. Inkwell print on the lid. Because the weird thing about collecting a bunch of tapes is the fun of I can just buy them off of eBay, but I don't like to go to thrift stores because they don't have them. They don't mostly have Disney tapes. I'm not the biggest fan of Disney, and I like to collect shows, not movies on VHS. Here's Toys of the Past from 1998. Sticker label, end label. I got Toy Train Accessories Part 1 from 1998. This is original. It has all moldy. The whole tape is moldy. Pretty much from the get-go. Here's the 2000. Oh, God. That scared me. This is the 2005 reprint, and the print date is July 26, 2005, so mine's a later print date. Nope. Yep, this is it. Here is Toy Train Accessories Part 2. This is the original copy. And here's the 2000 reprint. This has different plastic. So yeah. Okay. We're almost done. We're going to talk about the last couple tapes, and we're going to end the live stream. We're going to talk about the last couple tapes, and then we're going to end this live stream. This is probably one of the longest times I ever recorded. And I'm going to keep it up until I get demonetized. pretend you never saw that. Okay. Alright. Oh god. Get this. Come on, get under the freaking bed. There you go. Oh god. Like, okay. Okay, we're starting to fall. So we better be quick with this. Here's History Lionel Trains from 1989. The second TM tape ever to come out. The first free TM tapes. I included the other Lionel tapes because this is a box. And I don't want to put the boxes with the other tapes. And this is a TM tape because it's Tom McCormick. Dark sticker label, dark in the end label. I don't have none of the catalog, sadly, but I'm going to try to find them, but they're so freaking expensive on eBay. Here's the Station City Corp Center from 1998. Sticker label, normal rails, end label. Because some copies say 4 out of 3 end tape or something like that. Here's one of the rarest, probably the second rarest tape I own. The Great Montana Train Ride National Park from 1997. This is rare, like very, very rare. Sticker label, normal rails, end label. Glad to have this. I got this for Christmas, and now they're going up for like $40 on eBay for this one tape. Here is Making the Lionel Scale Hudson. Making the Lionel Scale Hudson from 1999 in a clamshell. Here's this tape with the sticker label and the end label. Alright. And here's the 2005 reprint. Did I mention all the multiples? I don't know. This one is from the guy from Michigan. And the print date is April 7th, 2005. Did I mention all? Yeah, I think I did. Here's Great Toy Train Layouts of America. Okay. Let's start over that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you pretty much. Now we're going to show you I own all 6 Great Toy Train Layouts of America. So, oh God. So let's get started. Here's part 1. Oh dear God. What the? Oh my God. Whatever. And print date is December 6, 1989. So this is the original copy. It has a promo for the part 2. Here's part 2. Also the original. November 2nd, 1999. So, came out before part 1. Here's the 93 reprint. There's a different label and end label, but it's pretty much the same master. So, part 1 is the only one to get reprinted. All the rest did not get reprinted until probably about 1998. Here's part 3. This one has a black sticker label. It has some weird printings and no print on the lid. But this still plays the original. Oh God, mastered. Here's part 4. This one has cool oversized rail and the lid's cool. End label. Here's part 5. Oversized rails, end label. I gotta say, I did watch part 1 and 2, but I haven't watched the rest. But I did watch the first scene on the TM Books and Videos website. Frank Petruso, or whatever his name is, on part 6. He's on part 6. And he's pretty much like every single version of tapes. And now we got 2 Toy Train review tapes. That's pretty much all I'm missing. Just the Toy Train review tapes, I'm done. Here's part 2. This is a Betamax tape because it says beta, but I'm counting it as a tape because it was produced by TM. I got this for my birthday. Sticker label, golden rails, and the end label. And the last tape in the collection is Toy Train Review 10 from 1997 reprint, but it's a 2005 reprint. Print date is March 23rd, 2005, and it's all moldy, so I'm not doing the opening to this. Absolutely not. Okay, so now we're just going to place these tapes down, and we're done. Okay. And we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like this video if you haven't, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Have a good rest of your day.